All right. Will you
Okay.
talk to me about?
Um, I will pull her aside quietly and gently and say, "How much do you know of what she was like before her son took over?"
I quite a bit, as much as anyone else would know. I would think. I wasn't a part of a royal court, if that's what you're asking, but uh, living this close to Greencastle, it's hard not to keep track of what happened to royalty.
He nods and he says, "As my friend said, we just want to be sure that obviously her condition is mental, but such conditions can come naturally due to age, or they can be helped along, if that makes sense."
Mm-hmm.
How was she before her son took over? Was she a fair ruler, a kind ruler?
She shrugged. She was a ruler. She wasn't as great as her great grandmother, but she wasn't nearly as cruel as her son. She was. I don't know how to say. I don't know how to judge what she did, but she wasn't monstrous.
Owl nod. I know you don't have much interaction with her, but did she strike you as capable, as intelligent, maybe when she gave speeches or addressed the public, or
If there's one thing she was extremely eloquent. She was a very good public speaker, although she wasn't the smartest of individuals, or the wisest of leaders, I guess you could say. She could always give a good speech.
now this one can be very important. When she was replaced by her son, did that seem abrupt, or did she start to lose her elegance slowly? Do you notice maybe or remember things like maybe the speeches towards the end she seemed a bit less elegant or fumble her words more, a gradual thing, or was it perhaps sudden that she was fine and then all of a sudden her son took over?
Frankly, as far as my understanding, she was as eloquent as she could be up until she was dethroned.
Al nods.
Her son was always a little shit, but he never got into major trouble. But she didn't seem old. She says everyone assumes it was the son that took over, but at least us, the people, noticed it more when when she got her new advisor, this Brienne. We started over the years, we started to see and hear less of the Queen and started to see more of Brienne and the Prince.
I see.
Now, we assumed it was because of her age, but soon after her son died, she made a public appearance and she spoke very clearly, very sharply.
Al will shake his head and he says, "That doesn't make sense. What I am looking at seems like a disease because of age, a degradation of the mind, but such things are usually slow, subtle, they take time. It doesn't make any sense that she would be unfit to rule, be able to give a speech like that. I'm not, of
Mia
course."
shrugs a little bit and she says, I just figured she snapped.
He nods. That is always a possibility. I I understand your hesitancy, but do you think it would be okay if I was able to do some blood work on her?
Absolutely not.
Al nods. If she was manipulated, drugged, poisoned, anything of the kind to induce this condition, there might be evidence of such things in her blood.
What does it matter? She says. She's a dying old woman, not knowing what happens. I don't like what her or her son did to Greencastle. But she is a person and she deserves to die with a little bit of dignity. She is confused. If you put a needle in her skin, she's going to be very upset. And then her her sentence is interrupted by sudden shrieking of um of Deirdre, but it's not um scared shrieking. It's surprise shrieking with a little bit of laughter as you hear her go, "Oh my goodness, Prince! No, 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 not like this! I'm not a young maiden anymore! Like that."
Oh God.
Look, and you see me
Oh,
and Patrick, and you
jeez.
see Patrick starting to disrobe. Patrick, I'll give you a few seconds to.
Disarm,
Sorry,
I would like to
disarm?
say. Yes, it is taking off my armor.
Well, okay, still.
Al,
So,
I think is going
disarm.
to share a bug-eyed look, much like Mila.
Yes.
And Al's gonna be like shrugging, like I don't know. Patrick.
Patrick is going to like stand stunned while he's like taking off a like his arm piece of his shiny armor, and he like stands there going, "What?
What are you doing?
I'm taking off my armor."
Why?
And he looks over to the lady who's also there.
Yeah, she looks like she's right about to ask you to get out, but she's giving you a moment to explain yourself.
um, well, I need to get out of my armor so I can, fully. This gets in the way.
Of what are you trying to do, Patrick?
To
Out of the room now, Mia says to both of you, as Deirdre titters and blushes and fawns.
Al will respect the request.
Yes, compose yourself. Oh my goodness. I'm a queen after all. All right. Anywho, as
So,
Mia
yeah,
closes the curtain for a moment, as Mila and Lee will see a half disarmed Patrick being escorted by a pushing Mia.
Patrick.
Now you have time to speak, Patrick, but you were clearly overstimulating Deirdre.
It went well, I take it. Me and Lee were talking about a lot of fun things, weren't we, Lee?
Depends on your definition of fun.
I was doing most of the talking, so it was fun for me.
Jesus
Patrick.
Christ.
Again, I have to ask, what were you planning to do once your armor was off?
Patrick, obviously flustered, will actually, while still blushing, will give out just a large inhale and exhale and give a sharp look at Al. I was going to give her this armor that actually completely cures all poisons.
Al's eyebrows raise, and then he says, "Oh. If there was still poison in her system, that might work. I don't know if it would cure damage, but I like the thought behind it."
Mia pauses for a moment. She's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Magic? That armor is magic?
Yes.
Oh, no, 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 no. You need to leave. You all need to leave right now.
Al will shrug, and he's not going to resist, but he will say, to her, he's going to say, "I understand, again, your hesitancy. And I understand that you believe that she is at least a woman deserving of a restful end. However, if you think she is a good woman, she also deserves justice if something wrong was done. If
I'll not have you cast spells in here. I'll not have you do any of that sort. I was kind enough. I let you see her, but this is my home. Is this not my home? Is this not my ranch?
Al shakes his head. I wasn't suggesting spells. I am a doctor.
That is magic armor. You wanted to put her in magic armor.
I didn't. I requested some blood.
Which... Please leave, she says. I don't appreciate this. No, this has gone on long enough. I've humored you, I've been polite enough. But
so you don't care if a killer gets away with it, if that was the case?
She's not dead. How is there a killer?
If someone of your family, someone you care
Get
about...
out of my house, she says.
Whew, is Al going to do? Hang on, give me a second. What's everyone else doing?
Lee's standing up to get out.
Yeah, Mila's like, we should probably go. I know I'm pretty dense, but that sounds like we should probably not stay here anymore.
Yeah. Al's probably just going to sigh and then go.
Okay. Sorry. Most people are afraid of magic. Especially after what happened. Anywho.
Wait, what happened?
Patrick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mio just wasn't buying what you were selling.
No, I understand. I thought you meant like there was some catastrophe with magic that I was forgetting or something. You're talking about Patrick stripping. Got it.
Yes. Yes, I'm talking about Patrick stripping. It's the consequence of the action. So after you leave, the door slams behind you. And I guess that scene's over unless you want to continue.
I do.
Okay, do it.
Patrick, starting to feel the cold. The rest of his body except for his face, which is piping hot red.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll look over at Al, and then look back at the house. Well, I guess it will stay a mystery.
Yeah. Lee sees how upset Patrick is, and he puts an arm around his shoulder and be like, tell you what. Consider this a free magic lesson. For you too, Al. Most people don't like it, so don't announce it. And some people are just assholes about it. Although, lesson number 2. What people don't know can't hurt them. She's not looking out the window, is she?
Patrick will look back. Is she looking out the window?
Nope.
No.
All right. And with that, Lee will turn around for a moment, and you'll hear him murmur soft words underneath his breath, and you see him gesture with 2 fingers, making 3 streaks, cutting the air in front of him. And he pauses for a moment. There's residual magic in here.
What does that mean?
Someone cast a spell. Probably about, let's say, maybe about a day ago.
Here. But she doesn't want magic here?
Yep, he says.
Well, the only things here are cattle, which I don't think they usually use conventional magic.
No, Patrick, they don't.
And then there's the lady of the house and the queen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the queen, her stupor might cast something, but that's unlikely
no.
because of her focus.
He goes, yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, Mila's going to, like, hearing this, sit on the ground and start meditating
Mm-hmm.
to see if she can get a read on the area.
Are we talking about
Okay.
clairvoyance here?
Yeah.
Nice. Spend the ISP.
Okay.
Roll me D100. You see a flash of two faces. One of Mia's face, and another one underneath that looks like a woman's face, but looks like it's rotted. Like the nose has fallen off, and the skin is very, very thin, and the hair is wispy and barely clinging on to the head.
She'll make that noise. That's weird.
What do you see, Mila?
Nor here.
Sorry.
No, I don't care. She gets up and like dusting herself off. Well, it seemed like I saw Mia's face, but underneath it there was it looked like a rotted face.
Underneath it, like as if Mia's face was a mask?
I'm not sure.
Huh.
Possession.
Nor?
It's either possession or transformation, if that's the vibe I'm getting. Either way, that's not good.
Nor, what would it take for you to read her thoughts?
I have to be pretty close and able to get a good view of her.
I see.
Do you want me to sneak in? She kind of raises an eyebrow.
Al's like, well, I'm considering the options, but if what you say is true and I trust your abilities, the queen isn't safe here.
Do we really care what happens to the queen?
From what I've been told, she wasn't an evil person. And if she wasn't an evil person and someone's doing this to her, she doesn't deserve that.
Jeez, Al, you're just so nosy. She's like stretching and like rubbing the back of her head.
Al nods as if what she said wasn't wrong. Like, as in, was true and also there was nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. She just sighs.
Others might be able to see something like this and just walk away from it. I have trouble. I always have.
Yeah, I noticed, Al.
So, since I am not alone in this group, what do you guys think? Do we let it lie?
Well, I came here to find some answers, and I'm only getting more questions.
Does the question extend to Lee?
Yeah, it would to everyone involved. Yeah, or in
Okay.
the group.
I just want to make sure, because, don't like to interject. Lee would say it could be 100 things. Just because you get a vision and a spell was cast here doesn't mean it's the worst possible thing, right? If you want to find out more, I say we find out more, but I think breaking into her place is going to make things worse. Besides,
True.
didn't Gyro set this all up?
Yes, I considered that, but Gyro is behind an entire mercenary army.
So Lee says, so why don't you just tell him your suspicions?
If he's behind it?
No, not that. If Gyro's behind it, but if you set it up, maybe he doesn't know what's going on. Maybe he doesn't know this place is magicked a little bit.
True.
I can see if maybe I can get a read on his thoughts too to see if he's genuine. Or he might figure out what I'm trying to do and just,
Would it be possible?
Had us all killed.
Nora, would it be possible to just knock on the door and say that you accidentally left something in there, and just so that she'll open the door and look at you?
Oh boy. Yeah, I guess. Sure. I think I can try something. Just move out of the way. So scoop.
Give me a moment to put this back on.
Yeah,
Might
take a
get
moment
hairy.
that freezing. Okay.
Fumbling around the snow, he might actually fall over trying to get his armor back on.
All right. In addition, since it'll take a little while for Patrick to get his armor back on, now I don't know if anything positive or negative is going to come out of this, frankly, but it's been a while since Tom hasn't been involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
If you like Tom, you can be like, because it was, they wanted to go in, check out, and go out, right? You can probably look from the behemoth that they're milling around the front of this ranch quite a bit, and they're having a pretty intense conversation. If you wanted to head up to them and ask them, hey, dudes, what's up? There's an opportunity for it. So you can get a little bit more involved in this scene if you choose to, but if you don't, you don't have to.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, excellent. So Tom would probably show up. You give him the lowdown, and at that point, Patrick would be re-armored. And Mila, you're good to knock back on the door.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Before we do anything, please explain to me what you saw again. Because there was something, and he's going to reach into his backpack and pull out his journal and flip through the pages over to his drawing of the witchling. Did it look like this?
It looked nothing like that.
It looked nothing like that.
Okay.
I thought that
Because-
too, but then I remembered Nora would know what the wish looks.
Yeah, I know, but that was another instance where we had something that could transform from something else to something else.
Hey, can you
Uh,
guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
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 Like, can you have problems hearing Burn?
Yeah,
Burn's a little muffled
Burn's
right
very
now.
muffled, yeah. Like he's got a bad
Am
connection.
I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
Okay,
Hawaii connection.
I will be back.
Go, Bird.
Burn, no!
We'll just wait a moment. This is a perfect time for me to use the washroom. So by the time he reconnects, we should be good.
Okay.
Crianos,
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're a little better.
Okay.
Crianos, can you read minds without them knowing about it, or do they always know?
No, it depends on if they.
Is the person.
Yeah.
Oh, it depends on the person. Like, if Mila were to try and read my thoughts, because I'm a master psychic, I would probably feel a twinge, and my immediate reaction would be to mind block.
Mhm.
And I would know some kind of thing would be in the vicinity.
But theoretically speaking, if she's just an average peasant who is afraid
Oh,
of magic...
if she's just an average thing,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to tell. Something weird, you'd have a weird vibe. But if it is another, like witchling type deal, she will know immediately.
Which at that point we'll know our answer too. No, because my only thought was, let's say she's really not involved and she's just innocent or whatever the case may be. If we can just annoy her a little bit, say, oh, I forgot something, you did? Oh, I must not have, sorry, and then we just go. You know what I mean? That would be better. And that way Nora
Yeah.
can get a look at her and read her thoughts.
Mhm.
And then if we see Nora punching her in the face, we know. No.
Yeah. Maybe something's up.
So, like no, it's like she's just a really bad person.
She's just a bitch.
So, can you guys hear me now? Am I
Yeah.
good?
You're
Yeah, still
going.
muffled.
Yeah, you're going in and out. Like you got really better,
Yeah.
and then you went back to again to. But we can hear you
So
just
I think
fine.
it's just we can hear you just fine. So it's just a fluctuation of
Is
the
this going to be another
talk
Time
quality.
Warner Cable incident where it's just Burn shouting, Time Warner Cable?
maybe.
You know,
For now, we can hear you.
Yeah,
That's
you're
the
not broken
important
up. It's basically like your 1930s radio show.
Really? Maybe my pop microphone is.
thing. No,
No.
it's definitely
No, it's metallic-y.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I? Do you think I should like reset my router or something?
No, we can hear you.
Okay.
Well, if it doesn't clear up in a few minutes,
Yeah.
we'll have someone else host the call. But for now, it should be okay. We'll just ride it out because it just happened all of a sudden.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's not your fault. Anyways.
Yeah,
so-
it is. Ugh.
all right. Anywho.
All right. Nora's going to pull off one of her gloves, and before one of the other dudes
Mm-hmm.
walks away, hand it to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then she is going to run up and knock on the door again.
Okay. She'll knock on the door, and you see Mia opens it up with a huff. She goes, "What? Why are you still here?"
Oh, I'm so sorry. I seem to have misplaced my glove, and it's a little bit cold outside. I was wondering, did I happen to leave it in there?
She looks at you all very carefully, and she goes, "Stay there. I'll look for you."
That when she's still looking at her,
Yeah?
she's going to try and read her thoughts.
All of her thoughts.
You probe out with your mind, and the moment before you can grow hold, a mental barrier blocks your way. This is not natural. Most people who resist your attempted telepathy, either it's almost like you reaching out for something, right? Either you grab hold of it or you miss it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is like you grabbing hold and a wall hits you in the hand. And with a glint in her eye, she recognizes what you tried to do.
And
I would like you to say versus psionics.
oh boy. So is that what do I do? I'm-
That's okay. This is one of the few times you guys
Yeah.
actually ever went under a psionic attack. So I think it's on the second page.
Mhm.
There's a bunch of saving throws, like versus magic and that sort of thing,
Oh,
right? I
yeah,
think
yeah.
yours has save versus psionics, right?
Yeah, okay. So it's just a D20 plus 2?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to roll 1d20 plus 2.
Oh,
and you
okay.
have to get over the number that's listed there. So since you
12.
were 12,
Oh, nope.
her eyes lock with yours, and temporarily you're under an hypnotic trance. And she simply says, "Your glove isn't here. Go home." And you feel compelled.
All right. I go back to the behemoth.
All right. With that, she shuts the door.
Do you-
Guys, you hear the conversation, and you see Mila shrug and go back to the door and go back to the behemoth without stopping to talk with you or anything like that. And the door shuts behind her.
Al will start following her. Did you read anything?
What? Huh? Hi.
Hi. Did you read any of her thoughts?
Would I be aware of that I got mentally attacked or...
You not right now.
Okay.
This effect is going to be lasting for the next 25 minutes.
Okay. So
After that, when your head clears, then you'll realize what happened.
So I'm just sort of like...
You're everything else is normal, right? It was
Oh.
it was a hypnotic suggestion out of game.
Oh, so everything
You
is
hit by
fine.
him. Everything else is fine. You're in control of yourself. You're not mind controlled or anything like that. Is she gave you a hypnotic suggestion that your glove wasn't there and that you should go home. So you feel compelled to go back to the behemoth.
Okay.
After that, everything is fine. You're just not aware you were hypnotized, nor do you right now have memory of the mental block.
Okay, so to answer Al's question though, she'll just be like, "Oh no, my glove wasn't there, so I decided to come back."
Yep, that's perfect.
Al's gonna like stop mid-step and say, "What?"
Yeah, no, my glove wasn't there, and I came back to the behemoth.
Nora, of course your glove wasn't there. We had it.
Well, that explains it.
Well,
Kind of silly.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Al's gonna be like,
well,
"Nora, right?"
Yeah, what's up?
Oh no.
What?
Tom will put a hand on Al's shoulder and say, "Let's just go."
Al's going to
Something weird is happening.
What? Say what?
Something weird.
Something weird is happening.
Al will nod and for the moment will go. And he'll say, "You do realize that Nora would not forget such a thing."
I know. That's why. Let's go.
Al
We would have
will
a second.
hesitantly go with you, yeah.
Okay, back to the behemoth. So I'd say, narratively speaking, you guys can probably discuss in and out of character,
Can I
but
just
Mhm.
can I just say when Nora actually realizes what's going on, she'd be like, "Oh, that bitch!"
I was just about to get to that point. About 25 minutes would pass, and the cloud lifts from your mind. And maybe halfway through your discussion of what happened or what to do, just all of a sudden Nora's just like, "Whoa, that bitch!"
Nora?
Yeah, no, there's something totally shoddy going on over there. Oh God, how did she get in my head?
Okay. So I assumed that you didn't get any thoughts from her.
She glares at you.
Right.
What do you think, Al?
Right. Al's kind of shrugs. I'm kind of at a loss of what to do from here. I don't think the queen is safe where she is, but I don't see getting her out of there short of either going to the leader of the town or busting her out of there, which I don't think that's a very good option.
Patrick actually like sits back a bit and goes like, maybe she's just but there's magic cast. Does that mean she's a psionic and a magic user? But
Can
she's
that-
not
Lee?
I checked my ring for any sort of magical like supernatural entity. So she's
Leah,
not
human.
a super powerful thing.
Lee?
Hmm? Sorry, Burn, we can't hear you very well.
Lee?
Yeah.
Are you very familiar with people who are both gifted psionically and magically?
He shrugs a little bit. He goes, "I've come across a few people like that. Yeah. And just because something ain't supernatural, Patrick, doesn't mean it isn't from another world.
Here's a better question.
Yeah,
It just means it ain't demonic or shit."
Here's another
You know?
question, Lee. In your experience, people who are psionic, do they have the same prejudice against magic that normal people do?
Anyone could be prejudiced. But the very
Yeah.
fact that psionics and magic are closely related, the energy is like cousins to each other. So it's kind of strange for families to hate their own cousins, right?
That's what I was thinking. How many psionics would have such a fear of magic?
Although there's some coalition
Wait.
psychics who can't stand them either.
Wait, so just to make sure, she started freaking out when you said that the armor was magical.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what she was doing, yeah.
Maybe she was afraid it would cancel out some kind of magical thing that she had put on.
It's always possible. Here's the problem, and if this is if she's in on it, is that if this was done chemically through poison or something, and it hasn't been done recently, then I don't think the magical armor would cure whatever damage it did. But if it is magical, and Lee detected magic, so the suit very well might do something, or at least be enough of
Yeah,
a threat
but-
to, yeah.
The way I see it, this is just me using an analogy. You're not supposed to mix medication with alcohol, right?
Right.
Maybe she was afraid that kind of reaction could happen. I don't know, but I mean,
Whatever the
obviously
case,
there's
yeah.
there's only two real ways to go about this. I mean, we could go storm the house and then, you know, what? I don't want to take care of the frickin' queen. I don't. So what? We go to what's his face?
Gyro.
Yeah, Gyro.
Hey, you cleared up instantaneously, by the
Yeah,
way.
you did.
All right. We go to Gyro and, you know, we tell him, "Hey, there's somebody that is messing," and he could just say, "Oh, I already know that's this person that I hired to do this." Maybe she's implanting or getting rid of bad memories. Maybe she's there for a purpose.
It's worth a try.
It
The danger is that if he's behind it, i.e., I don't want the queen coming back because she's a threat to my rule, so let's keep her in this state. It's not like he doesn't have motivation to do this.
Why does it matter?
What do you mean? Why does it matter if we uncover his own plot and he already knows that we are crusading goody two-shoes because of the pseudo lie I told him? You see my point?
No.
No.
I don't understand.
If we come to him and say, hey, we think something fishy is going on, someone's messing with the queen, knowing what he thinks he knows of us, it's a good chance he might think, oh my god, they're going to screw up my plans. If he's
So then
responsible...
why are we even messing with this?
Because an innocent woman may be driven insane. I'm a healer. I heal people. And I really, really, really dislike it when people ruin other people's lives for their own gain.
He makes a comment. You know, you weren't born an elf, but you suit the skin pretty well.
Yeah. Nora makes a little honk at that.
Al uncharacteristically looks at Lee and goes, you think so?
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Okay. I don't know. I would just rather just go. Because, I mean, the way I see it, there's two outcomes. Either one, we go, we storm, and then we take the queen out of this, you know, lifestyle. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna have her live with us till the end of her days? I don't really like that option. Or option two, we could go to, I can never remember his name.
Gyro.
Gyro. Yeah. We could go to Gyro, and either he's in on it and he knows, and we might piss him off, or he's not in on it, he doesn't know, and he does something about it, and we're out of it. We just our part is done.
I'm fine going to Gyro. As long as we understand that there is, however unlikely, a chance that it might piss him
That
off.
he
Well, why
that he
don't
is
we-
doing this for a reason, and we're
Yeah.
pissing him off. Yeah.
Why don't we be, I don't know, sneaky, not quite forthcoming with the information, but see if we can get, I don't know, like we tell them that we went there, and like we're just curious about, maybe play dumb to what we know to see if we can fish out any information from him.
Possibly. He also is a practical person. Maybe if we approached it from a way of, look, it's not really our business, we don't have any intentions of dealing with this, but just thought you might like to know. Just in case you're not the one dealing with this. Like, if we approach it from such a position of, hey, if it's you, we don't care, we just thought you might like to know this.
Might be better.
Because, okay, out of character, I am, Al will be fine doing something. It would just be the walking away that Tom's suggesting that he would have a huge problem with. But doing something and something is anything. You know what I mean? So telling him and at least getting more answers or whatever is still better than just walking away. And he could probably get behind that.
Okay. So if you guys like, I can have another scene because Gyro is fine, especially since you're doing this little, you scratch my back, I scratch yours with the whole, spread how awesome he is to the people thing. You're able to have a conversation with them pretty easily. Doesn't necessarily have to be over a meal time. It could just be a simple meeting. And we can move ahead for the next scene to be that if you guys like.
Do it.
Sure.
Okay.